Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Cars and Health Bars. Today, we have our first interview with the creator of the YouTube channel Modified World, Zack Wyatt. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Hey guys, today I'm joined by, of course, my co-host Jordan, and today we have our very special guest, our creator of Modified World, Zack Wyatt. Zack, how are you doing, man?
Pretty solid. How about you?
Dude, I'm doing fine. So, for the people who don't know about you or your channel or your platform, why don't you fill in the viewers who are unfamiliar with Modified World?
Right. So I started it probably 2016. It was me taking photos of cars at car shows because I didn't want all the pictures on my camera roll. So I was like, well, I was in bed one day. I was like, well, let's just make an Instagram. I started it. It definitely wasn't doing too hot at the start. And then it hit 1K. And I was like, wow, this has a possibility to do something. And in 20, let's see, 2020, I was like 230K. And then sadly, it got deleted. So that's where we're at there. And then I went to YouTube and because YouTube has a lot better money opportunities than Instagram did. I got paid on Instagram, but it was like shout outs. I do have a connection with 8080 still. I talk to them, which is pretty cool. And I also got I don't know if you guys know this about social media, but the more following that you have, the higher up that your DMs are in with people that are like celebrities, you could say. So one of the coolest things was probably I got the screenshot. I'll have to send it over to Josh, but I DM Morgan Wallen jokingly, and I was like, I bet you won't follow me. And he replied like 10 minutes later. He's like, I bet you're right. And that was probably the most interesting and fun thing about the Instagram is having Morgan Wallen reply to a DM.
That's pretty good. So,
Pretty cool.
whatever did happen to your Instagram?
So I posted a GTO leaving a car meet like everybody does leaving car meets. It wasn't a Mustang, so people were safe, right?
Yeah.
Coyote boys and Ford boys, 4.6 and whatever else there is. But I posted a GTO drifting out of a car meet. It was a clean drift and didn't wreck. I mean, it was on a public road, but they ended up disabling my page for promoting violence. And I tried to undisable it. I appealed for it, waited like 6 months, and then like 6 months to the day that I got disabled, the account got deleted. And then basically, I was in a Discord group of kids who unbanned accounts, and they ended up stealing the username and wanting me to pay like $1,000 for it back. And I was like, that's just pointless. I'm not doing all that. So that's where that happened. And then that's when I started to do YouTube because it felt like a better opportunity because I just wasted, it was 2016 to 2020 or 2021 is how long I did Instagram. And after getting deleted, I just lost all faith. I still have another Instagram. I don't put as much time and effort in it that I once did.
How many follows did you leave off with whenever you were at the end of your Instagram timeline?
Like follower wise
Yeah.
count, it's like 230 or 231K. And it I had it for a long time, but from 2017 or 2016 in September, I think it was September 10th to that time frame, or 2019, I had 5K. So it took a while to even like grow because I was just posting car show photos and here and there resharing posts. And I still remember it to this day. My first video that blew up on your For You page, but Explore page for Instagram. It's like your FYP for TikTok. TikTok or a video of a S2K S2000 blew up. It got like 50K views, which was pretty good at the time. And I gained like 50, 60 followers that day. And then from that point on out, it was like an average of 100 followers a day for like years.
Jeez.
And then basically when Facebook bought out Instagram, that's when it just went downhill. So Is that's where it ended up 230 or 231K. Sad times.
During that tidal wave of consistent viewers, did you ever see yourself getting like up there with the bigger like automotive creators like Weston Chaplin, Cletus, Drew Peacock, all those guys?
As in like views and likes,
Like
or
a
just being
following, like a
like
general following, like all that good stuff.
it was a little different because it was like a stat page is what you'd call that. So they were following for like memes or just videos versus like the people you just said, they're following them for them, like a creator, like a person versus a brand. So it's a little bit different. I mean, some of my posts would get 2K likes and then some would get 20K. So like the engagement could match some of those smaller type people like Cletus and Whistling Diesel and all those get way more clout, you could say. But it was pretty good for a brand type page. Like I was just starting to get shirts and stickers made, and I would go live on Instagram, like Instagram Live, and do little giveaways and send stickers out. Like I wasn't making money, but I was gaining exposure. So at the time, it was worth spending that money to get stickers on cars that are pretty cool cars that are going to car meets or just driving around town. So it was free exposure basically. So that was the process and goal there. But when I got deleted, I just kind of gave up on it, you could say, because it was just a big punch to the heart.
Yeah, about that time, I guess TikTok was kind of starting to show up, right?
Yeah, I'd say like I remember TikTok. I probably messed around with it in like 2019, but at the time it wasn't nothing as it is now. Like Instagram was probably Instagram or Twitter was really popular, but for like I was a reshare page. Like people would say like you steal content. That's what people classify it as, but I was just using it to help people get out there. Like someone with a small audience, you post their post and they could blow up, not like viral overnight, but I mean 20 followers a day or something, which is a decent amount for someone that only has 1,200 followers. So I was just kind of resharing people's stuff. And TikTok, it really wasn't something I wanted to start because it was like, I don't see this going nowhere. But looking back on it, I was like, man, I should have jumped on that wave. And because that's really what it's about, starting on a wave that is new. Because TikTok now is a little bit harder to, or anything really, to hit algorithm, which is your poster at the top. Because in going back to Instagram, it was hashtags. So you would rank in hashtags. So if you had a post with the hashtag Corvette and it got like 20,000 likes or views, when someone clicks on that Corvette hashtag, your post would be at the top. So of course they're going to see your page first and hopefully follow it. That's the goal.
Right.
It's actually really interesting. I didn't realize the hashtag worked like that.
Yeah. Now it might be a little different, but back then that was really what, like, you would go on hashtags and it would say new or top. That I'm pretty sure that was the two categories. And a lot of times people would just hit the top because usually the top is going to be your most viewed thing. So it's a good post. And then Reels came along and Reels really took off too. But that when Reels were taken off, that's about the time that I ended up getting deleted. So I didn't get to dabble in Reels as much as I wish I would have. And also at that time is when monetization came out for Reels. So missed out on that. But what can you do, really?
Yeah, that sounds like a real big punch in the gut.
It really was. After spending, like, I started it, I think, a junior in high school, and I was like 3 years graduated when it got deleted. And Instagram has no support unless you're like a Whistling Diesel or like
A big content creator.
yeah, like Corinna, or like your really popular OnlyFans girls. They have connections, like just celebrities, like all those people got connections. So and they're verified most of the time. You're verified, you kind of get more of assistance. So
Yeah, even the one of our videos we posted on TikTok of Jordan doing a donut or a burnout, whatever you want to call it. It even if you click on that video, it says this video promotes reckless behavior. We don't condone it or whatever. And that was like one of our lowest views. I feel like you kind of not necessarily get shadow banned, but you definitely get moved down on that For You page whenever you have any kind of stuff like that. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I didn't do TikTok that much, because when I started doing it, you would post a burnout video and it gets taken down for like harm, or I don't know the correct terms, but it's just you're not a professional or whatever, but they have like underage people doing things they ain't supposed to be doing. And it was like, this is a burnout in a closed environment. Like no one's at hurt or no one's in danger. So that was like, I'm not posting on this. Like, I'm pretty sure my TikTok account now, it's pretty small. It's like 2,400 followers or something. And it's at an account warning from posts from back then when I got stuff deleted. Like there's a flyby video I remember very faintly. It was a 200-mile-an-hour flyby, interstate dead, which you don't need to be going 200 mile an hour on the interstate, but it's like that could be sped up, could be fake, could be a video game, and they just go ahead and take it down. It's like, really? Like there's so much worse things on TikTok to be looking at.
And it's not like that's a dangerous thing, really. A car can go 200 miles on the interstate pretty safely.
And
and it was like probably midnight.
I mean, look at the Autobahn, you know? I mean, that's one of the Germany actually has the lowest crash rate out of any country in the world.
I was just about to mention that. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't make too much sense, but a lot of things in the world this day and age doesn't make a lot of sense. Especially people posting V6 regular cab short beds for like 12,000-13,000. It's like, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. These Facebook Marketplace guys be on some bull.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if we're ever going to
got burned out on a set of mufflers on Marketplace, bro.
I'm looking for a cheap 90s model import right now, so you can imagine the headaches that I've been dealing with in the past like month.
Like I made a post of my car as a G8 LSA boosted and all that. Like I had it listed for 10,000, but I made sure to put in the ad multiple times with exclamation points, apostrophes, like trades only. And I would have people asking me 8,000. I'm like, do you guys read or know anything? Like I'd have people ask if they can make payments on it.
It's crazy how they can look at the photos, but none of the details. Like, if you're really interested in a car, you would look at the rest of the post.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had another G8 that I wrecked, and I posted the whole car, but I was just trying to sell the wheels only. And I would get posts saying, "Is the car for sale?" And the post says "wheels only." And then I ended up posting the car for sale, and people would ask for the wheels if they're for sale. It's like no one can read no more. I think that's really what's wrong with the world. Like people can't read.
Illiteracy is a big problem. If you know anyone who's illiterate, please refer them to the hotline.
It would be half of the United States population.
My God. Yeah, between the people that don't read Marketplace ads and then the people who just have stuff extremely, extremely overpriced. Jordan references a local very often that is notorious for listing like 200 or 300,000 mile truck with like on its 9th motor for like $20,000.
Yeah, a very notoriously bad platform at that.
But dude, they know what they have.
They know what they have, man.
Yeah, and then that same guy who said that was like, Facebook Marketplace people be like 300,000 miles and each head gaskets. I want 20 grand. Hey, dude, he was that guy. Why are you like hating on him? You're in that group.
Like that's probably your post.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
it's
people.
Oh my God. I remember Jordan was so close to posting a screenshot of one of his old ads underneath that.
I still have the screenshot.
Oh my God. That's so great.
Might as well just do it. Might as well do it.
I have a screenshot of both of what I just talked about. The post and him reposting the one saying your shitbox ain't worth that.
I'm curious to know who this is. What's the first letter of their name?
M.
I don't know if I know him.
Yeah,
but...
you do. You do. It's just not coming to mind. I didn't know either until after the episode or after the last one we talked about.
They can be behind the scenes. Pay like $3.99 for the Patreon. You can get the behind the scenes.
Oh my God, Zach, we need a manager. You already know all the gimmicks.
Oh, dude, sign me up. I've been there, did that, got deleted,
Yeah.
and went through the whole process. And
Homie's
even
already been to jail.
literally, like, I even got a copyright strike on
Oh
YouTube
my God.
for it was like in like it was like child endangerment, and there's not even a child in the video. And I'm like on YouTube, you have real people that check this stuff. I'm like, dude, you definitely was on your lunch break or something, didn't want to do your job
Yeah.
because there's no child in this video.
I got a
I mean-
ticket in Bowling Green at like 11 p.m. and this officer wrote in the description, "This is a road where kids often play on." And it was like winter. It was cold out. Like, you're trying to make me look so bad. Like, that was crazy.
Dude, cops
Did you have
just
to pay the
love
ticket?
you in Bowling Green, man.
I know. Dude, especially around Smiths Grove, the state police.
There was this one time me, Jordan, and Caleb were all going to the track, and we were driving like kind of close, like you do whenever you're in a group of people, so you don't get split up. And this cop, Jordan was in the middle. This cop cut me off just to get directly behind Jordan.
Tailgating me.
Dude, they're a cop. They own the road.
It's probably that one that got me that time. That dude's got a grudge against me. I'm convinced.
You have the
He let me have it. He told me, he's like, "You're taking the heat for everyone." Like, he told me that.
My God.
I know a thing or two about taking the heat for somebody in this little podcast right now.
I couldn't imagine.
It was
I
good
think
clickbait,
everyone-
though.
Just pro tip: don't do donuts in a gym parking lot with a rock throwaway, or a cop a rock throwaway. There we go.
Dude.
No, a police station.
Yeah. Police station.
I'm sure they
Not
all stood
ideal.
out of their chairs whenever that was happening.
I
I'm
don't
sure,
care anymore,
but-
dude.
It wasn't like, of all people, mowing a yard at 7 a.m. It's like off-duty cop. It's like,
Homie was
like,
undercover.
like, dude, go mow your yard. Don't worry about some kids in the parking lot. Like, dude,
Yeah.
come on. It's
There's
7 in the
really
morning.
no one there, dude.
7 in the morning. The only person that could have got hurt would have been you shooting a rock at us. Like, you're the
Yeah.
one putting us in danger. We're not doing a thing.
It was all controlled. It was all under control.
Yeah, like, dude, fix the parking lot. The parking lot is more of a danger than this. Like, like holes in the parking lot. But I don't know, cops, local cops. You got some cool ones and then some not so cool ones. Like,
Yeah, I've had a few cool ones pull me over.
like I got threatened to get like trespassing on like a park. What do you call a park? Like government owned property or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, he like he's gonna shut the gate on us and everything. We just called his bluff, and he came back and asked for all of our license, and we're borderline trespassing. And I was like, dude, come on, we're just sitting here in our car chairs, like not bothering a thing. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I guess we can go sling some DRUGS for any kids watching. Hopefully, y'all can spell. But like I was like, I guess you'd rather us go do that than sit in a parking lot and talk. Like,
There's like one time
I had the same thing happen.
whenever we were in high school, I was down there at that main like car wash in front of like the donut shop and everything, and I know I was down there for at least half an hour because I'd done like scanned my card 3 times for like 30 minutes worth of washing, and these cops, I could tell they were like watching me or the group that was in the parking lot like the whole time. It was like super late at night, like 11 o'clock, and I leave, and sure enough, the cop follows me and pulls me over there at Independence, and he's like, "Hey man, there's a truck that looks just like yours that's smuggling a runaway teen." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, you've been watching me for like 30 minutes." I was like, "You check my truck? I don't care." He's like, "No, I believe you." I'm like, "Why'd you pull me over then?"
He probably ran your plate too, and he was like bored.
Dude,
that's
absolutely
literally how the
had to
cop
be.
pulled me over.
Like
Said
11
I didn't
o'clock.
come to a complete stop.
Oh my God. Dude,
I got a funny story, but I don't know if I want to incriminate myself by telling it.
I mean, you've already pleaded to.
You
doing
should
a
have
donuts
said
in
it was
a
somebody
gym
you
parking
knew.
lot.
No, this is a lot. Like, this ain't like a lot worse. Okay, nah, I'll tell it because it ain't that bad. So I was leaving work one day. I stayed late. I can't remember what I was doing, but Tyler was with me, and we were going down 31W, which is a 55 mile per hour zone, and I was doing probably 100. And I see some headlights, and I know the front end of most cars pretty good. I was like, that looks like a Charger, man. And sure enough, it was. And I bright lighted it because
Oh
I didn't
my
want them
God.
to see what I was driving. And it just so happened to be a state trooper. And Tyler was also behind me doing like 95. Well, I don't know who was behind me actually. It might not have been Tyler. I don't know who that was actually. And so, anyways, I see brake lights instantly, so I just put the hammer down, and I was gone. I don't know like how fast I was going, but I was gone. And I turned onto the first side road I knew, and I made some ziggy zaggies on some other roads. And this cop didn't know where I went. Well, whoever was behind me had messaged me later and said that this cop turned onto that road, and at that road there's a S turn at the very end of it. You could see like the dude's taillights as he went on, and he's probably doing like 80. And in my car, which has some pretty wide tires, I can't do no more than like 50 on that road, dude. It is sketchy doing over 50. This dude was on two wheels apparently taking that first corner. I think he probably like should have bricked.
He watched Dukes of Hazzard a few times. He's covered.
I tried racing the cop one time. That's like I will never race a Charger ever again unless it is just some
it's not a challenge,
car.
so.
Dude, I got it beside this. It was a cop. I didn't know because like he didn't have any markings on his car. He didn't have a laptop beside him. I'm like, and this dude was like all up on me. He gets beside me to pass me, and I thought he was trying to play. So I started like revving and like slowing, speeding up and slowing down. And finally he was sitting there speed matching me, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go. And I floor it. And what do I know? Blue lights. And I'm like, nope. I ripped off the side road as quick as I could. I called Jordan. I'm like, where do I go? He's like, dude, you're good. Just sit there. I will never race another Charger ever again.
Dude, I'll race every Charger, except maybe a Hellcat right now, but you Hellcat boys aren't that fast either. I'm calling you out.
These cops,
dude, they don't race. They just go in circles at intersections.
Dude, I've seen a stock Mustang 6-speed beat a Hellcat Challenger on the track.
What about
they're not really that impressive.
A 2-valve, dude. I don't know what's worse, a 2-valve or a 5.7 like Charger.
Dude, I bet my lawnmower gap a 2-valve.
It's a lawnmower. Give the 2-valve some credit. I mean, it's all right.
It's a V8.
It's pretty reliable. I mean, as long as you don't add like boost
and up badge, dude. That adds all kinds of power, dude. A Roush 2-valve.
I don't know what it is about that S197 body style, but everyone that is like not going to do engine mods is like GT500 body kit.
Yep.
Oh so would you rather have that Mustang, a 2-valve, or BRZ? Real question.
Oh, fucking 2-valve all day. I want to actually beat something in a race.
Oh my god.
Oh shoot. Dude, BRZs aren't that bad.
Yeah, they are, dude. We had one ethanol, multi-throttle bodies, or independent throttle bodies, cold air intake, exhaust, you name it. Like every NA mod you can do to one just about, except like internal engine work.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing made like not even 200 to the wheel, dude.
Oh, that's sad.
Like a Milwaukee Impact makes more torque than it does.
Dude, my car made double that from the factory. Like, come on.
Dude, but that's like the starting car on every Need for Speed game. There's so much nostalgia.
Not really, dude. I'd rather have like a Saturn, Saturn Sky.
I'll just take the game back.
Chrysler Crossfire. I'd rather be having those slow ass cars than that.
I can't with the Crossfire.
Dude, I remember. Y'all remember that one kid who went to school with us that had the one? God, that was the loudest car ever. Yeah, this thing was like. If you were in the school, you would hear it like at the end of the road. Like, I mean, it was so loud.
If Chris's speakers didn't deafen you beforehand.
Yeah, you thought Ron Brooks's Camaro was loud? Nah, you should have heard this Crossfire.
Is it louder than the F-150 we seen at Rural King, the white one?
I don't know. That thing was. I hate it. I'll call out all you 5'4" truck owners, dude. Get your shit box off the road.
I would rather walk.
I hate them. Every one of them is like some dumb high school kid who thinks he's in like the coolest fucking truck ever.
Like,
this thing's got like all the fucking cab corners gone.
Like, what's louder, the ticking or the exhaust? Really? Like,
oh, it's either the exhaust manifold bolts are broke off on the corner and it's ticking, or it's just a typical straight pipe clap of a 5.4.
And they do like multiple trips. Like, we saw you the first time, and
they always be pulling something around, trying to show off. I can pull something in my half-ton truck, you know. No one cares, dude.
Pull it straight off a cliff, bud.
Yeah.
Zack,
the winch has think the winch on the front has more torque than that 5.4.
Oh my god. This is probably not a lie though.
It's facts.
So Zach, you were kind of in my place where you were super attached to a car, your silver G8 is what I'm referring to. But you ended up unfortunately having it totaled out and getting something bigger and better. I was kind of in the same situation. My V6 Camaro getting this V8. Looking back, do you miss or regret anything that happened with the silver G8?
Let me go get some tissues. It's a touchy subject. I'll be right back. But did I miss anything about the G8 or like what happened, or is that what you're
just overall, man? What would you do anything differently? If you could still drive it now, and if you could redo everything and your silver G8 not get hit and you still be building it to this day, would you accept that, or would you rather have what you have now, your car now?
The circumstances, it paid off way better for what happened. I didn't intentionally do that. That's insurance fraud. I actually got hit, but the getting hit was probably the best thing that happened to that car. And the reason being is I was sold a car that was clean title on the title. It was from Missouri, clean title car, everything. And after the wreck, I found out it was deemed a total loss car back in 2019. So it was a rebuilt title car, so it was a clean title. So if I would have done things I wanted to, which would have been the things that the gray car has, I would have been real upset when I would have found out I put all this money in a rebuilt title car. But I do wish I would have kept it for just like a daily, or like either way I would have went. I would have been fine with the decision, but it would have been cool to have a car that you didn't care if it got a ding or a dent or something like that, and just made it a lot faster. But it would have been a lot of money in a rebuilt salvage title car, and if something happened again to it, it would be worth nothing. So I'm pretty happy with the decisions and the route that it led me to, but it would have still been cool. First V8 car, but after the fact, I found out the car is basically clapped out. So,
what is the current setup on the on your current build? I never asked that during the beginning.
So it's LSA, which is a blower. 1,000cc injectors. It has a small RCR, Rick Crawford Racing. If you have a G8, you know who that is. He's like a G8 god. So it's a low lift Lanati cam. So it's basically like a stage 1, like Texas Speed or BTR equivalent, I would imagine. I don't know the whole specifics. Jordan would be the one to talk about that. But it's a small cam that can use a stock stall, which kind of hurts the car. But I mean, yeah, like when I got the car, I didn't really get it just to strictly drag race it. I raced it. Now I'm kind of wanting to drag race it more. So it is getting a different stall in it eventually. It has full exhaust, solo exhaust. I don't know the exact brand of solos. I'd have to look that up. It has Cook's long tube headers, which people will probably say like, oh, loser, bought a car versus built. But like, I added it up. If I was to do all this, it would probably be like 45,000, including
there's no shame
price,
buying a built car at all. That's a dumb argument.
Yeah, I wrecked the silver car and I was like, forget this. I'm looking for a car. And the cool story about the car, though, like, it wasn't even listed for sale. Like, I can go through a whole story about the way I found the car, and we can go into that if you guys want to, which is pretty neat. But the back to the car mods got a little off track. But I mean, it's just your basic LSA car, the 1,000cc injectors, your CTSV dual pumps, which the CTSV fuel pump kind of sucks, but it made 551 horsepower, 540 torque, I think, which is kind of low because of the fuel system. Yeah, I need E85, but the fuel system's really hurting me.
You'd probably lose power, actually, if your fuel system's already hurting on 93.
Yeah, the guy that tuned it said I was losing fuel signal up top, and I mean I could have made
Then
more
you're definitely
horsepower.
not even
So,
at. Yeah, you're definitely not your max power.
yeah, like it would have probably made 600 and some change, I would say, but he kept it low, just in case it was to go lean drag
Yeah,
racing.
that
So,
was a good decision for sure.
and it was my first like fast car, which 550 is not like fast in today's time. If you don't got 1,000, you're slow. It's what it feels like, but I mean, it's enough to just have fun with. That's for sure. In our local scene, like there's not a
That's
whole
pretty
lot of
fast for
really
local.
fast
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think that's the issue too. Is like everybody gets online and sees like Cletus and all these YouTubers have like 1,000+ horsepower cars, and that's kind of in their mindset. That's the standard. But it seems like especially with people that don't actually have cars. So somebody that doesn't have anything's like, oh, your car's only making 500 horse. That's so sad. Like 500 horse is a
yeah.
lot. I mean,
And this is a street car too. This ain't
Yeah,
like it's not. You're not at the track every day in a lot of these
yeah,
cars
it
that are
has.
making big power.
For my car, just personal experience, like the street manners are better than the silver car that I had, which was just a cam stall car. Like the straight manners on this car is basically, I have a Ford Taurus as a daily, and you really like, obviously you can tell a difference, but like it's really like you can't really tell how built that car is versus the other one, besides how faster and how much louder it is. But street manners is crazy. Like it could be a daily if I wanted it to be, but it's my pride and joy, so I don't really daily it. So
I did have
the
a question for
full
you.
Taurus.
You're kind of in the same situation where I am, cammed and on a stock stall. Do you ever run into any issues of being that guy that can stall out an automatic?
So not for mine because the cam is really it's a small cam. It's not big at all. Like the cam that's in my car is for stock stalls. So there's really no issues there. The only time I've encountered an issue was when I was drag racing at Beach Bend. I was testing to see how much I could stall it before it broke the beams, and I found out it wasn't much. I broke the beams. I red lit probably the hardest red light ever at Beach Bend. Like I red lit before the second bulb even turned on. Like
Oh, wow.
it was embarrassing, but I mean that's what testing tunes for. So
Yeah.
live and you learn.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
no
was hoping
issues there.
I was hoping I wasn't the only one, but I think I am. My
Well,
car
your
stalled
cam
out.
is just so much bigger than
Dude,
it should be for a
my
stock stall.
my car stalled out this morning, and dude, I looked right at my dash and I said, "Listen, buddy, this is one of the last times you do that because I got that stall coming in."
Yeah,
About
like
time.
yeah, I have a ZL1 stall for my car. I just been stockpiling parts. I'm debating on if I want to do a fuel system or not. Like I want to, but like I've been on a tattoo addiction, so that's been kind of taking the money because the car, it's winter, can't be driving it until like, I mean, I can be driving it, but like racing it till like March, April. So January, February, March, April. So hopefully around that April, May, I'll hopefully have some things done to it. And I want my next pass to be in the tens. That's the goal for the gray car. It went 1150 at 123 or 124. Feels like that's a 10-second trap speed. Could be wrong, but my 60 foot's what's terrible.
Is that your
Stall
current
definitely
PB?
helps out.
Yeah, it's 1150. I have I'd have to pull up the whole time slip for all of the different times that it was. But yeah, it's 1150, 123, or 124. I think it's 123 and like 8. Close enough to 124. So that's what I tell people.
Yeah, it's close enough.
It was one. Here's the time slip. So the 60 foot was a 186, which it's not the worst, but if I had the stall, like that's probably a 1.5 ish 60 foot, 7.5 to the eighth is 1150 with a 6, 123.56 mile an hour. Well, it was hauling for a 4-door sedan, but like you
that's
said, in
lovely.
today's time, like you got these cars that have $30,000 like motors. That might be a little reach, but I mean, at least 15 doing eights, and people's like, if you're not running eights, you're slow. It's like, dude, we don't have 15 revenues coming in. Like,
And some people just do it as like a hobby. They don't want to dump
Yeah.
a lot of money into it.
And for me,
Yeah.
I know. Well, we have LS Fest, which is one of our biggest events that's in our area. But Camaro Fest, it seems a lot more chill. There's a lot slower cars because like literally everybody brings their stock Camaro to run. That's a good chill event to actually. We could probably, me and Jordan could probably be pretty competitive in our cars there, and maybe not do too bad. We'd probably at least place higher up. For sure, it would be a lot more rewarding to compete in Camaro Fest than it is LS Fest, because LS Fest you got to be like down to the 10th if you're index racing.
I think our not our shop car, it's our old business partners, but like it's kind of like our front car, like the Ferrari was, but we don't have the Ferrari no more.
Mhm.
It was actually one of the fastest at the drag strip at Camaro Fest last year, and it at NCM it was doing really good. That Pro Charger, dude, that when you hit like the top 1,000 RPM, that thing just seems to not end. Like it's just build and boost, dude. That thing's hauling.
Right. The LS Fest, though, the indexes, you have a Rumble index, which is you have like for me, when I raced LS Fest, I did 1175. It's like in 25 interval. So you dial your car at 11, 1125, 1150, 1175, or 12, and it goes like from the 10s to 15. I think is your like your range, and they have it by classes. So it's basically like you don't have to have a super fast car to compete. You just got to be consistent.
Yeah.
And you just got to get close to that dialing. But it's so hard to dial it in because like LS Fest this last year, like I like ran 2 times in like 8 hours. Like you only get 3 passes, but it's so many classes and so much waiting. And I don't know if you're listening and been to LS Fest, but the audio for the sound system or PA system is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
So
barely
like,
hear it.
like I missed one of my passes this last LS Fest because I didn't hear it, and that was like on Saturday. And like Friday, no, it was Friday I missed it, and Saturday I missed it because they had the Rumble class, the very first class. So you gotta wait like 35-40 minutes in line, and I got there early and I still ended up missing it because it was like 8 a.m. is the time you get in staging lanes, and the day started, so no one's broke yet, so it's not that much downtime or whatever. So like I missed my first pass because of the traffic to get inside the place. So definitely kind of a headache there. And another off-topic thing, like Beachman should definitely like use some money to invest into that track. It's been the same since like 1700s.
Some new seating and a new like
PA system, like they've made
parking.
Yeah, they probably made $1 million just off like one day of.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
That's probably the biggest like source of revenue for Bowling Green for like an event.
It's probably the biggest source of revenue for the whole entire, like, whatever they get revenue from, like, nothing can be more than that.
Oh, out of all
like,
their events.
Yeah, like, there can't be. Like, I don't know, a single event.
Maybe Hot Rod
Reunion's a big one.
Yeah, Hot Rod Reunion. That I could see that maybe. And Ford Fest is getting pretty big. I like Ford Fest. That's a good event too.
Yeah, they are competing, but it feels like LS Fest though. Like every year, it feels like it breaks attendance records. Like you got
it does for sure.
I remember
the big difference is LS Fest brings in like the younger crowd and some of the older crowd, but like Hot Rod Union brings in all the older guys, and the older guys kind of bring in some of the younger guys like us. But it's just like it seems like it's 2 different crowds. But of course there is mish, but it's like it seems like it's that majority. It's the older crowd going to the Hot Rod Reunion, and the younger crowd going to LS Fest.
Right, and the thing about that though, it's like how many old people have like social media though, like so you got social media, you're gonna have like Cletus, of course, his audience, and then I'm pretty sure the Western Chaplin dude has an LS like Ford Ranger, so you got his audience. And Whistling Diesel might, I'm pretty sure he did his LS, what was it, the Dodge Charger?
Yeah, Charger, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm assuming if weather is good, this next upcoming LS Fest is probably gonna be one of the biggest events like recorded. Like that's my guess, but could be wrong. But they could also be working on taking it somewhere else because just how terrible the like I'm pretty sure this last LS Fest, a lot of people are complaining about the autocross guys like having better parking than other people. It was like a whole mess. Like they were allowed there a whole day earlier before the drag racers. Like it was a big mess.
People were there a whole week,
Yeah,
like before that started setting up.
There's
like,
like, running in on like Tuesday. It didn't start till like Friday, Thursday.
Yeah, we didn't even work. We didn't work Thursday.
But
We went straight to LS Fest.
Zach, you plan on running again at this year's LS Fest?
Oh yeah, like I'm so addicted. It's so fun. Like I'm gonna hopefully like be a 10-second car, and it'd just be pretty fun. Like I'll probably do like 11-0, just be more out sandbag the competition. But it's not even about competition. It's just so fun being with like-minded people and just like competing. But I'm not really competing. It's just having fun, really. The only thing that sucks though is how long you wait. Like you wait in line forever and you're missing like all the racing, which kind of sucks. And the parking sucks too. Like what would really be ideal is to be able to camp there overnight and get a good spot and camp and leave your car there, because it gets expensive driving. Like for me, I think it's like a 40-minute drive. So you drive there, drive home, drive back, like a lot of gas, and like it's just a headache too. And I have like radials and I don't want to be changing airing up and doing all that. So hopefully that's the goal, is to camp there and then run like it could be a 1099. Like if it's a 1099 all nines, I'm happy with that. Definitely plan on running.
I'm not gonna lie. I was asking my mom. She's got a big like camper trailer. I was asking her if I could use it for that weekend, because I know there's that campground right like almost inside the like the whole drag strip area, like going into the pits. And I'm like, hey, you want to let me borrow that camper? I could probably have a bunch of my buddies sleep in there and we won't have to go nowhere. It's like, no, I'm camping that weekend.
You don't even got to be in the campground for a camper either. Like people in the like down the track, like past the 8th mile have campers. Like you don't need to be in the campground, which
just
is crazy.
In the parking area, yeah.
But you won't have like water. But I'm pretty sure like, I mean, they might have showers at the event. Like
they do. They in the back bathroom over there. They do.
Oh, wow.
But definitely a camper is really ideal. And having, for me, hopefully I'm gonna be E85, so that would be nice too to have like E85, like
they have Renegade on deck there.
Yeah, so that like I need to be planning like right now. I know LS Fest is 9 months or 8 months away, but like it comes before you know it, and it leaves before you know it, which is really depressing. It's best time of the year, honestly.
Yeah, that was one of my complaints. I've never been to Hot Rod Reunion, but I really want to go this year. And I was looking, I'm like, dang, it's like right during August, like the hottest time of year. Like,
yeah, I think I've been to Hot Rod Reunion one time, but for me, it's just cool. But I'm just not that drawn to cars that like that type of car that is racing. Like I like the cars that are like your real car, like your Camaros, your Trans Ams, G8s, Mustangs, like those real type of cars, or not really.
Most of the stuff at Hot Rod House, like weekend cars.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you got the nitromethane cars and a few like the famous older drag cars.
What was it, Gassers? I think I went to like straight Axle Mafia.
Gassers are pretty cool. I like Gassers.
Yeah, it was
people used to daily like stuff like that back in like the 60s and 50s.
It's definitely neat. Streetcar Takeover is another one of my favorite events.
I love Streetcar Takeover.
We're talking about going to I think we were talking about maybe going up to the one in Lucas Raceway, just because we can get another Streetcar Takeover in. They're so cool.
Yeah, I've been to that one. It's fun.
I went to Bristol. That was probably my favorite drag racing event I've ever went to. Like the Thunder Valley, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
like cars echoing off in the mountains. Like, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, that's probably my goal this year, is to take my car to like Bristol or something and race it there. Like, I think that would be super. Like, if it's just one pass and it's a 13-second pass, like, it would just be so fun to go down. Like, that's probably going to be one of my goals. I just don't want to drive my car that far. It's not like a full-blown race car where I have to trailer it, but it would just really suck, go there and break, and then you're like, well, how am I going to get this thing home?
We just did customer's car is a 6-gen Camaro. It's a hill climb car in Eastern Kentucky. I didn't even know they did hill climb, but
What in the
they're
world?
trying to do like they're trying to do like a 6 series circuit up there, and me and Matt are going to go watch sometime. This sounds super cool,
Like
dude.
hill climb, like a game on your phone, dude. That's sick. Like I'd love to watch that.
Temple Run in real life.
Or the Jeeps, like the Jeep crawlers, whatever. Those that looks fun. A Jeep
Yeah, that
crawler.
does look fun too. It's at Tail of the Dragon sometimes the hill climbs.
Oh my god, that's
I've definitely
terrifying.
been wanting to take my car up there to
Tell
because
the
I'm kind
dragon, like,
yeah, I'm
it's
kind
like
of wanting to do like a track like street car, but it's more like track oriented. Like it would do hill climb, NCM and stuff. That's kind of what I'm going for, and a little bit of drag, but not much.
so hill climb like Pikes Peak. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about? Oh, okay.
exactly like that.
I thought you was talking about like driving up a hill.
Well, it's up a mountain. It's all uphill.
I was thinking like the people on foilers or dirt bikes that go up
No,
mountains.
no, it's not like that.
I see.
Have to have
Pikes
mud
Peak,
grips
gotcha.
on your Camaro.
It's all on asphalt.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but you get out there, you can't breathe because it's such a high elevation, dude. Doesn't seem ideal.
Well,
But autocross looks fun for sure. Like I'd love to get a Miata or something and just whip it around some turns.
You can go to NCM and drive like a six-banger 6-gen Camaro, and like a lot of beginner drivers, I'd recommend doing that because like you might think you know how to drive, but I'm telling you that like there's a
What if
lot.
you wreck the car? Like, do you gotta pay for
I
that?
think they
I'm
got
sure it's
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Or how much it is?
I know you can store your car there, but it is super expensive. I know when the tornado came through, it like damaged the storage building and some of the cars in it.
Free car on them.
Yeah, that sucked, I bet, for whoever owned it. It damaged like a few new C8s too. Imagine you order a new C8 and that gets damaged.
Oh, dude.
You waited 2 years for your like allocation or whatever it's called. And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, dude, your car got totaled. I'm like, what?
Oh my
Your
god.
dream spec got told.
Did you see like that ship that sunk where had those like really expensive cars? Y'all see that or no?
I
No.
did, yeah.
Like that dude had like a super rare STO Lamborghini, probably like a $3 million car, and it
Oh
like
my
sunk.
god.
It was like a dude's private collection or something, dude.
I would like prepare my funeral because there's no comeback for that.
God, that's
That's
terrible.
that's literal pain. You can't do nothing. That's out of your control.
Spain without the S.
Yeah, for sure.
Zach, do you
I'm
ever see
actually-
yourself going on any drag and drive events? That's something that's kind of captivated me in the last couple of years.
That would definitely like a Sick Week or Hot Rod or what was
Rocky
it
Mountain
Hot
Race Week.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Race Week, and then Sick Week I think's one. That definitely looks super fun. I saw the 1320 videos about that, and I've seen like G8s on there and stuff. It definitely looks fun. Hopefully, like in the next like I don't know 2-3 years or something, it'd be pretty sick to do that. Definitely need to get the car perfect dialed in, get some more knowledge in case the car messes up. But that going back to like what I want to do to my car, I want to keep it pretty streetable and not like too over the walls where you can get more race time versus like jack stand time. Like it'd be cool to have something like 650 horsepower, something like decent but not that much where you can just continue race and you don't have to like cool down like every other lap or every lap, and you can drive it across country. But I think I would want a different car to do that, so maybe I'll get another G8 or something. It'd be cool to have a Corvette or something, but
You gotta watch getting them cheap Corvettes.
yeah, I just like 4 doors. It's so much more room, practical.
Sounds like you need a first gen CTSV.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
see-
yes.
a CTSV was on the list of cars as going to be a V2, but
I like those, but they're boats, man.
yeah, I don't know. The CTSV V1 or I really like the PPV Caprices. They're boats though
Those
too.
are-
But
They're a little lighter though. They're like the Camaros. I mean, the Camaros are boats too.
I really like SS sedans. I wish they wasn't so expensive. 'Cause
They're
that was fun.
expensive, and you're only getting an LS3. Like you
Yeah,
get a
like
fifth gen for a lot cheaper. That's probably a better drag platform.
a 5th gen Camaro.
Yeah, or fourth gen. I mean, fourth gen's a great drag platform too.
Yeah, I just I don't know.
Everyone be hating the fortune.
I'll probably just keep what I got. Like if money wasn't an issue, it would be so fun to have like a notchback Mustang. That would be pretty
Yeah.
fun.
I've thought about getting rid of the C10 for a Fox body.
Like Fox body, but then again, like it'd be cool to have something new if we're doing like a drag week type thing. Because like for example, like Recaros and a Camaro, something mad comfy versus like a Kirky and a Fox body.
Yeah.
Like that
You
just
can get OEM Recaros for the Fitchins too.
I don't know, like if SS sedans wasn't so expensive, like a Pro Charge SS sedan would be, I think, so sick because the interiors of those are sick. They got 6 sunroofs, or if you're really balling, like a V3V, that would
Those
be
are,
tough.
dude. I'm all about the Gen 5 LT engines, dude. I think they're so like they're not underrated, but it's just not like as big of a market as the LS.
They just look so comfy, but I don't know. I'm a
The
big
Chevy SSs are really comfy, dude. If you've never sat in one, dude, you drive one of them across the state and you're fine.
like I would really, it wouldn't be bad to find a wrecked SS sedan with like a rebuilt title for like 20,000.
That'd be perfect for like drag week.
Yeah, I really like SS sedans, but they're so expensive for like no reason. Like they're stupid rare, but I don't think that requires a $20,000 price increase for what they should
Yeah.
be. Like that's
They're the same platform as your car, pretty much.
yeah, and you could like I'd be better off just getting another G8 honestly before buying an SS sedan for 35.
Yeah, you could probably do like interior swap and make it as comfy as one.
Honestly, I would probably just gut it and leave 2 seats if it's
not a
gonna be
bad
like
idea.
a strictly a race car type deal. But I don't know. I'll just keep what I have and maybe eventually just drive it. It just has low miles and being like a nerd about mileage. Like miles don't matter, but it's like low miles. Like I don't want to be putting 1,000 miles on it, but maybe I'll grow out of that and just go ahead and send it. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Are you planning on doing any drag weeks?
If we had one a lot closer, I definitely would, especially since I've got the 3rd gen almost completely done. If they'd find some way to make one in this area where it hits Beach Bend and then maybe dips down, I know there's a nice track in, I want to say Bardstown or somewhere up in that area. There's one, and then I know there's a couple down south of us. I know. Well, actually, I think there's one on the way to E-Town too. There's like several. It's like we got a good area.
There's
for
one on the way to E-Town.
Yeah, we just got to find somebody that would actually throw one together that would be like worth it. You know, I know 1320. They kind of they're down here during LS Fest, so I don't know. It might be worth mentioning to Kyle or something. Somebody be like, hey, you know this. We don't have the best like I would say we do have pretty good car community whenever you start considering some of the big horsepower guys like Matt Ballard, and you know there's enough of a spectrum in this area, especially people that travel to Beach Bend. I feel like there'd probably be a pretty good turnout. Now here's a lot of
We got a lot of customers like around here with big horsepower cars.
Yeah,
There's a red GTR. I don't know if he still has it, but I've heard it's pretty nasty. It's almost a 7 cent car. I don't know his name, but then there's that R8 that's on beadlocks or whatever. But I don't know. It'd be cool to just go to like the actual like Rocky Mountain Race Week. Like where's it at? Like Colorado, Nebraska, or something.
Yeah, see that's another thing about it too is not only are you racing, but you're also getting to like sightsee with your buddies, and you know it's like there's a lot of camaraderie around it, and you know it's kind of like a little vacation, really.
Yeah. See, like if YouTube took off or something got big and you had some money coming in, like it'd be really cool to video a event like that. But maybe definitely in the next 5 years it'd be cool to go on if it's still around, or if cars are still allowed. I know they'd be trying to ban mods on cars.
I don't think that we're gonna see a big after GM saying they're gonna come out with a 6-gen small block Chevy. I'm pretty confident that nothing's going to change too drastically for a while. For like at least 15 years.
That is the goal. What do you guys think about the new Corvette? Did y'all see that?
You know, yeah, we just did.
We talked about it.
Our last episode. We kind of mentioned how, well, at least my take on it is I really like how they're not like throwing us all the way like, hey, here's a full electric car. They actually kept that gasoline engine in it, and that put a big smile on my face that they made it a hybrid.
And I think hybrid is like electric is. I'm not gonna say underrated. Everyone knows what Teslas can do, but I don't think people have seen the full potential of electric cars unless you really are in the electric performance industry. Because some of these electric cars, man, get down.
Dude, after hearing how fast the C8 or how fast the E-Ray is going to be, I want to see it line up with a Tesla Plaid just to see.
Oh, it'd gap it, dude.
Oh yeah, these Tesla guys who think they have everything on these Corvette guys,
It's
they're
probably lighter since it's a smaller battery too. So I mean, that's just better power or weight distribution. Which I mean, I wouldn't say better because Tesla's got pretty damn good weight.
dude, all-wheel drive Vet though, it's what we've been asking for. All-wheel drive American muscle car, like oh my god, that thing is not. This thing's gonna get out of there.
It's
Your
pretty
power.
much an exotic car at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the new Z06 is ridiculous for an NA engine.
That's the reason.
Really
I don't
showing
really
you what
like,
the LT platform can do.
I just don't really like the C8 just because of that look of them trying to look exotic. I think I was listening to Cooper Brighetti's podcast, and he said he actually was there whenever they were unveiling the C8, and he said one of the guys that were on the team said they were actually shooting for like it being like a Porsche 911. It's like you can't recreate that.
I mean, the
Yeah,
C7 had a real exotic look to me. I think
The C7, it still
Yeah.
feels like a Corvette, though.
it's still
to me.
Corvette, but it looks like it tried to dip more into the exotic market, especially like the ZR1. That thing looks wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, with the arrow, yeah.
Yeah, the one, dude. After getting a ride in that one, I'm all about the C7 ZR1s, dude.
I would too, though, but for 100, like, what, 80,000? It's like, that's a house.
Well,
This
Zach,
dude
what would
paid
you
like
take if you
20
had
grand in taxes on it.
If you had the choice between a C8 and C7, what would you take?
What would I take?
Yeah.
For sure, a C7 ZR1. But if I could just take the money and get like a C6 Grand Sport and just build it, I would do that
Yeah,
and have the
I
money
get
left
that.
over.
I'm hating on. I'm not hating C6s, but I do be hating C6s a little bit.
Yeah, but
I hate the interiors, man. I just can't. It's
It's predated.
people. We be arguing about this at work all the time, bro. I think it's just a like prettied up C5 interior, pretty much.
Yeah,
but
it's
when you
predated.
buy a Corvette, are you buying it for the interior though? And
Yeah,
then
I am.
the next argument, it's like you have C6 Grand Sport, like what, like a Pro Charger, AA Supercharger, make 800, sick car, sound sick, and you have a lot of money left over, or you get a C8Z that's like 100 and what, 20,000, or C7Z that's like 60, 70 stock, like
A C7Z is probably the best option for building power.
I don't know. I
The
do like
LT4 is. I mean, see, the thing with the C6 Grand Sport is no forged internals, so you're adding boost. You're gonna have to build rod piston at least.
but you'll
But-
still be under the price though. And
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, C7Z's out the box, dude. You're not grenading a diff. You're not grenading a trans.
I guess it depends on what your goal is. If we're doing like an all-around car, I guess I would go C7Z because it's straight out the box, turnkey, ready to go.
Yeah, especially for like track, like NCM or something.
Mm.
They definitely got the C7's a real great handling car.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go C7Z or Grand Sport. I wouldn't complain either or.
Grand Sports are just as good. Honestly, if I ever buy a C7, it's gonna be a Grand Sport.
Would be that would be a goal for sure. But I've low key been looking at Jay-Z things, dude.
I's 300.
I've been
Yeah,
seeing you
dude.
hanging around Caleb. He
Yeah.
will imprint on somebody.
He
Dude,
will.
the IS 300. I've always wanted one before he even had one, and then his just irks that nerve more because it really is. It's like a, I don't know. It's perfect. It's 4 doors. Jay-Z. It kind of just remind me of a G8 a little bit. I don't know. They're pretty sweet. And like I said, I'm a big 4-door fan. His R32 GTST or whatever is sick and all, but something about a 4-door making turbo noises, that's fast.
I mean, you can get a 4-door GTST.
yeah, they're sick too, but I don't know, dude. IS300 is definitely what
I'd rather have the 2J. The RB is just so hard to get parts for.
But then again, the other thing, I'm a big wagon fan. So there's the G8 wagon. Would love to get one here somehow, but probably costs a lot.
Dude,
The
WRX
Gen
wagon.
2 CTSV wagon is
That's-
not that expensive, really.
A CTS-V wagon?
Yeah, they're not like super expensive compared to most CTSVs. Like unless you find like a built one, but there's one local for sale for like 40, 43K or something. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
definitely
lot.
like attainable. But
Yeah,
that would be sick. But dude, the G8 like wagon Ute thing, or it's not a Ute, it's legit a wagon. Like I've
yeah,
never seen one person. That would be the coolest thing ever because you know how many people be like, dude, what is that? What kind of car is that? And it's on the opposite, like left right hand
Right-hand
drive.
drive,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
dude,
Dude, if I could get like a wagon of any car, it'd be the C7 Aero wagon. Those things are dope.
a C7 Aero wagon. I don't know if I've seen one.
Look it up. It's stupid cool, dude.
And
It's like the most wild looking, like, you'll love it,
It
dude.
don't even. It looks fake almost, just because you're so used to seeing like the C6 like regular.
Yeah.
so this is the actual car.
Yeah. That's a kit. You can go and buy that kit or take it to their shop and they will do that to your C7.
So I guess it just puts a little seat back there. It probably ain't big enough.
Yeah.
To sit in.
It's a bigger hatch and it's like raised, like level with the
It
roof
looks
line.
so weird. I don't know if I like it.
I do. I just think it's cool. I will never have someone in that seat, but I would love to have that.
It reminds me of a Crossfire. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
It probably, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I
I just
don't
like
know.
them. They're cool.
They are cool, but I'm gonna go CTSV wagon or I don't know what the G8 wagon thing is. A Holden wagon. I don't even know what they're called, but dude, they're
This is
sick.
G8.
Let's see, Holden SS V Series Sports Wagon. That'd be sick. Or a Ute would be sick too, but
Yeah, I've seen a few Utes local, like in Smiths Grove. I've seen the
have you?
G8 one. Yeah, and I've seen the GTO one.
That's tough.
Whenever I sit here and think about Australian cars, though, it makes me think about the Australian burnout contest and how bad I want them to be here in America.
Dude, I didn't think I could handle that if I was like the driver.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be the driver. I just want to watch them blow their stuff to the moon because you know those burnout guys. They
Build
like,
those engines. There's a science to how they build those engines.
Oh yeah.
For the burnouts, they got it down, dude. They're like, okay, if you're wide open throttle this long in this gear, it's like they go into such detail on building those.
Dude, and if there's one
The ring gap's
motorsports
like
where like you want to see engines blow up, that's the one because they will push it to the limit.
I feel like offshore boat racing, they don't usually blow up because you got to build those engines damn good. But if one of those blow up,
boat racing.
yeah, imagine drifting but for boats because they're pretty much at wide open throttle the whole time for like 20 minutes.
Real narrow looking things. Like
Yeah, they're all like they're all dry sump. You're not getting one of those. That's not a dry sump.
Dude, where did they have these at? Because I would.
They have them in Kentucky. My boss went to one not too long ago.
Offshore boat racing.
Yeah, we had a customer who went to one or something or participated in it. No, Matt actually tuned one of them too because they use LS engines.
What in the world?
And yeah, and one of the guys was like having an issue, and Matt's like, "I'm a tuner, I can check it out."
just
So
plugged
he
right into
actually
the
tuned.
Holly.
Yeah, he just plugged right into the OBD2 and tuned her up.
Dude, they literally have one of these in Sarasota. Like, I want to go.
Dude, they're so cool. I would recommend going.
that'd be sick. Like,
Those
it'd be hard to
engines,
see.
dude,
Probably they're probably
they're-
out deep.
They're abused more than drift engines, dude.
These
Boat
marine
drifting.
guys got money though.
They do.
It'd be cool to be in a boat while they're doing this, like a ride along.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That has to be a different type of feeling to be going.
Traction
how
is
fast?
not-
130 on
not-
the water.
The same on water.
Dude, my
Yeah.
my dad's bass boat, we'd be going like 60 and it'd feel like we were going like 300. Like being on the water, it feels like 2 or 3 times as fast as what it actually is. It's
The
insane.
fastest I've been on water is like 70, and it did feel insane. So I'm sure these boats are doing what 130 or so.
Oh,
every
probably
bit.
faster than that.
Probably way faster than that.
Dude, that has to be actually like exhilarating in that. You got to be pulling G forces. There's no way you're not.
Oh, you are, dude. Those things get.
I guess they got spotters in there too with them, don't they? It feels like
I don't know. I don't like know the science behind it too well. I just know that that's like a real abusive thing to do to an engine is put it in a boat like that.
dude, at least they're not going to break an axle though.
Yeah, I mean, true that. You just break a rotor, I guess.
Dang, my rotor just clipped. Oh man.
Hit a rock and broke my rotor.
Can you imagine like a fish comes up a float or something, and just run it over. It probably doesn't
Yeah, like
happen.
hit a dolphin, dude.
Oh my god.
Straight up dolphin mid jump, straight up
Someone's like,
annihilates it.
it's like one of those meat grinders, but dolphin.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That'll
there goes
scar you for
Blue.
life.
That's so
You wouldn't
messed
even
up.
know you hit it. Probably it probably just disintegrates going that fast.
Who knows?
That'd be sick to go though. It can't be expensive either.
Nah, it's pretty
probably
cheap
go
to
for free.
spectate. Like, I don't think it's more than like spectating LS Fest.
Get some binoculars and just watch
Yeah.
from a distance.
Yeah,
I'm about
I
to
think just go
try.
back to shore.
Let me just go to the beach. Like, you can't tell me I can't be here. But I guess where do they race at? Like, they got tracks.
Yeah, it's like a set course in the water. They'll usually have, like stands and stuff on land, I think.
Yeah, throughout the course and stuff. I've seen those.
I want to get like a float and go out there.
I don't know if they allow that.
Could you imagine the waves off that?
Oh my
Jeez, probably drowned.
god.
Be fun though.
Was that?
I feel like
Huh?
go ahead.
No. What you got?
I done forgot because I was like just forgot it instantly.
Oh my god. How many got that bush brain? Was that
Been breathing in that E85.
God. Where can everybody find you at, Zach? As we come to a
So-
close here.
You can find my personal Instagram. It's boosted Zack with a K. So I'll spell it, but you guys know how to spell boosted, but we'll spell it BOOSTEDZACK. Or if you want to follow my other Instagram page, it's modified.world without the O. So WRLD. That's the Instagram. And then YouTube, you just type in like modified world all together, how it's supposed to be spelled. And when you search that, I should be like the first option that pulls up. That's about the places that you can find me. TikTok, if you want to do TikTok, but I don't really be posting on TikTok because they can't post nothing on there. It gets deleted, it feels like. But it's modified world without the O as well all together. So that's the places that you can find your boy at.
Sweet. I definitely look forward to having you again sometime, man. This is very fun, and it just flew by.
That is facts. I do like to talk. It's fun. I do it for a living, but I just be talking about stuff I don't care about. So
Hey, dude, it's a
when I
podcast.
care
That's
about
what it's for.
something, it's a lot better. For sure.
Zach, we'll definitely have to check you on the next time. And with that being said, you guys definitely catch us in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
I thought you already had an outro.
I know you guys thought the show was over, but I just wanted to plug one last thing. Guys, go follow us on TikTok. Our handle is at Cars and AND Health Bars. All right, now it's over.